You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
I want to show you two new additions to my CBR1000rr. I added two new action cameras to my bike. These are dedicated action cameras that'll always be mounted on my bike and recording as long as I ride. As you guys know, I did a video previously showing my first two cameras I put on this bike, in addition to the power bank slash jump starter that I introduced you to. If you haven't seen that video, I'll include a link in the info section of this video. Okay, but this video is entirely dedicated to the cameras that are permanently affixed to my bike. Not permanently affixed, they can be taken off, but they'll always be on my bike as long as I'm riding. We'll start it off. I have a Sony HDR AS100V up front here as a dash cam. And for those of you that wanted to know, I have this attached with a GoPro Hero flat surface mount with a tripod, a GoPro tripod adapter, which is attached to a double-sided tripod screw that is attached to this Sony HDR AS100V. It's on there solid, as you can see. And I have the power cord plugged in, and it goes underneath the tank cover, which another thing that's really awesome about this bike. It has a tank cover so you can make it look, your install look clean, any wires underneath the tank cover. And I have that power cord going back here to the trunk of this bike to a power bank. I have two power banks. I'm going to show you my new power bank that actually powers all three cameras in the rear. As you guys seen in the previous video, I added a Sony action camera here. I did update that HDR AS15 to a HDR AS100V because it's waterproof, and also added the lens here, lens cover that protects the lens, so I don't have to worry about the lens getting damaged, such as a rock spitting up. But I have this power cable also going to the trunk on this bike. But the two new additions that I wanted to show you are right here. So now I have left and right video coverage on my bike now. I added two Sony Contour Roam 2s. I got really cheap off of Amazon. I'll include a link. Actually, I'll include links to everything that I talk about in this video in the description of this video. But I have two of them mounted here. And these are mounted with the self-adhesive slide mount. So this camera will actually, when I want to take it off, I just unplug the power cable and I can slide it off at any time and take it up, into the house and download the video.
The only problem that I ran into is this camera doesn't have a mini USB pass-through port in the back of the camera. You have to actually open up the back of the camera in order to access it. So what I did is I took a piece of waterproof duct tape and I put it over the back, and I cut out the edges, and I just cut a hole out for the mini USB port, so that way I can leave the door open and just plug in the power cord, and that way I don't have to worry about dust, dirt, or water getting into the micro SD card slot.
But I have this running at 720 by 30 frames per second because the maximum these cameras will allow is a 32 gigabyte card. So with me running at 720 by 30 frames per second, I can get damn near 9 hours of video coverage. And also you get 170 degrees wide angle. If you put it in 1080 with these cameras, it reduces it down to 120, which sucks. But what can you expect for a camera that I only paid like 90 bucks for? But the reason why I went with these two cameras here is because, first off, is it has a rotating lens here so that I can level the lens. It actually even has a laser. You press a button, you press on the back, and it emits a laser so you can make sure that it's the lens is perfectly level, so you get level video. And that is key with these cameras. But also with these cameras, you can record while it's plugged into a power source. But the only way to do it with these cameras is if you first have to put it on to record and then plug it into the power source. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it won't work, just to let you know. So yeah, and I'm going to show you video examples of all the cameras on my bike here. And so now, yeah, it's really awesome. I have left side and right side, rear, and front coverage. continuously running as long as I'm riding the bike. But let me show you the power banks that I have the cameras connected to. I do not advise connecting anything to the battery on your bike because it's already stressed as it is. I mean, you don't want to end up with a dead battery out here on the street. Then you'll definitely need one of those power bank jump starters that I showed you in a previous video. But I have the front camera running off of a Lumsing power bank here, which is rated at about, I think, like 12,000 milliamp hours. But the new addition that I just added, which is really awesome, I added, this is 22,400 milliamp hours power bank, and it has 3 USB outlets here. So I can plug all 3 rear cameras to this, and it should last me a long time. And I'll include a link to where you can get this power bank in the info section of this video. It's pretty heavy though. I mean, it weighs a pound, but it's not a big deal. I mean, this bike is already light, you know, at like 437 pounds. So adding the extra pounds is not going to be a big deal. And this really isn't that heavy. So, but I have each of the cables labeled here. If I want to, you know, I don't have to take the chips out of the cameras. I can just put my laptop here and plug in each camera and download the video onto my laptop, which I'll probably do. But as you guys see, what's awesome about the CBR1000rr, like I keep telling you guys, it has a really deep trunk space. I can, even with these 2 big power banks here in the trunk, I can still fit probably like 4 GoPro Hero 2s in here because it's deep all the way in the back. And so that's what I really love about this bike, is amongst everything else. I mean, everything is awesome about this bike, but the trunk space is really handy, because that way I don't really have to carry a tail bag, you know, as I do with the CBR1000rr. Also, I have a backup MotoVlog camera. Let me show you here, right here. Backup MotoVlog camera, Sony HDR AS100V. And I have that powered by a thin Lumsing power bank that I keep in the pocket of my jacket. It's a real lightweight power bank, and it also has a flashlight on it too, which the other power banks have flashlights on them too, by the way. But I use this backup camera not only as a backup MotoVlog camera, but also as a black box camera. I always have it running, recording as long as I'm riding, along with these cameras as well. But my main MotoVlog camera, as you guys know, is the GoPro Hero 4, which I have set at 1080 by 60 frames per second in super view mode, for those of you that wanted to know. And I'm running a Sony ECM CS3 mic. That's what I'm talking out of right now, which sounds really good with the GoPro Hero 4. But hey guys, without further ado, let's show you some video while out on the road. So we'll see you out on the road. Hey guys, I also wanted to mention that with the rear Sony HDR AS100V, I'm actually able to see in back of me with my Sony Live View remote watch. I don't know if you can see that here. But what this allows me to do is to check my blind spot anytime I want to, and I think that's awesome. It works really great at night too. As you guys see here, got all 4 cameras working on the bike. And so you guys can take a look and see what's going on here. Oh, I love the sound of this CBR1000 double. Oh, baby. Bike's got power. Oh shit, instant orgasms, guys. I'm telling you, the CBR1000rr is an awesome bike. Yeah. Oh shit. setup, and this allows me to get, you know, video coverage all around my bike as long as I'm riding.
Links to get all items shown in this video are located in the description section of this video. Thank you for viewing, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Welcome to CycleCruza's Click to Go links. Just click on the pictures below to go to my recommended videos and my social media sites. Also, don't forget to visit my blog and store at CycleCruza.com. If you have any trouble clicking on these links, they are also provided in the info section of this video. Thank you, and subscribe today.
Guys, check out my new channel where I talk about anything and everything, not just motorcycle related. CycleCruza MotoVlog.